Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the live today. Here we are. June, it's probably the end of June now, basically, and we are enjoying some nice weather here in Tokyo, Japan, right before it gets hot. And recently, I was invited to a fashion show. Now, this is a student fashion show, so it's not people who are making a living yet in fashion, but it was super cool, and I want to share it with you before we dive into today's lesson. Today, I want to go and just show this fashion show here in Tokyo and go through it. So let's dive into this baby. This is Tokyo fashion from a student's point of view. I love going to fashion shows, been going for a long time, the New York days. Now here in Tokyo, I still love going to fashion shows when I can. It's cool to see the latest, greatest in fashion from the youngest designers out there. And that's what this is, coming from students as they show their fashion. So whenever I go to a fashion show, the first thing I look at is the lighting to see how they're going to light this show, how they're going to show all the detail in the clothing. So when you have a lot of detail, you do want light coming from a angle. It shows all the detail. You'll see more shadows with light in this direction. So it's very cool to see this lighting and be aware of that first and foremost. So then as I'm shooting, I'm aware. And now look at the shadows on the ground. You see where the light's coming from, and it helps show all the layering of the fashion as it comes through. Also, you get all the layers, all the color as well coming out. You don't really get great lighting on the face, but that's not what this show is about. It's not about the models, it's about the fashion. And for those who want to become fashion photographers, it is always about the fashion, about the clothing. So as you're shooting, don't just think about the model, think about what they are wearing and the fashion. The lighting gives the dramatic feel for these images as the models come down. And when I'm shooting, I'm going to think about everything, the details. I want to get them as they come around. Now they're walking fast. So it's good to have a fast lens and a camera that can shoot in a fast frame as well. I was using my Nikon Z9 for this fashion show to get every single moment as they come down. Maybe they're on the stage for maybe 5 to 7 seconds before the next model comes out. It's super fast. So you got to be able to capture it in the moment. But for me, I had a great seat on the front row, sitting there, taking it all in and getting all the detail, all the color. And the whole time I was thinking about how they placed the light to show all the detail of all the garments. That's the main thing that they're showing. Yeah, we all get caught up in the models and who's the big model of the moment, who's on the runway, but it has always been and will always be about fashion when you are going to see a fashion show, or if you are a fashion photographer and you are shooting a fashion story. So think about that always. The fashion means everything, and the better you are at displaying all what's special about fashion, it will make you a better photographer and you'll get more work as a fashion photographer. Remember how I showed that first slide in the very beginning of all the light and how the light was lit for this show? That's important for us as photographers to always be aware of all the time when you're doing fashion. Now, it's very cool seeing fashion in Tokyo. Tokyo is a very fashionable city and all that. But today I want to talk about some mistakes that photographers make. I'm doing that all this month. And yes, we're still in June, so I'm going to continue. And today I'm going to tell you a story and take a little bit of a twist. So let me dive into that story right now. And then also just do a fast little intro for those who are seeing me for the first time. Let's jump right into that right now. So my name is Matthew Jordan Smith. I've been a professional photographer for over 37 years now, doing what I love. I'm also a Nikon ambassador. I'm shooting with the Z9 and the Z8 right now. Love both of those cameras. They're great for capturing the moment, the instant it happens. Let me just dive all in. Today's topic, today we're going to talk about something that I think is a mistake that people make. And I want you to be aware of this. Today's mistake that photographers make is all about paying attention to lighting. Like that fashion show I showed you earlier today, I want to tell you a story about an instance on several shoots when I had to be aware of lighting beyond the obvious. So let's go right into this. And yes, also at the end, I'll be taking questions. So stick around for your questions at the very end. Don't be shy about asking anything. So this is a picture that I absolutely love. I had it printed. It's on metal. It's gigantic image. Sits in my home right now. I love this image. But I want to tell you the story about how this image came to be, because I was doing a shoot and I'm in studio. I have lighting set up for the shoot. I'm shooting two people. The idea was to have beautiful images for beauty. So I wanted to focus on that. So all my lighting that day was setting up, thinking about beauty, beauty, beauty. And I got some great images. At the end of the day, we're all happy. We're breaking down the set. It was a wonderful day all the way around. And I loved it, getting the energy of everything as well. Not just the still static images, but also the fun, energetic images. But then the day was over and we're breaking down. My assistants are breaking down the set. And as they're breaking down, I see this light come through the back window. This is actually behind the set, behind the backdrop. They take the background down, and I see this light. I'm like, oh, wait, don't break down yet. And I bring the model back over. Actually, this is a celebrity here in Japan. I bring her back over to the light. This light was there for maybe 5 minutes at the most. This is real sunlight coming through the window, but I happen to see it. And this only happens when you are aware of light. Now, we had finished the shoot. It was done. But then I see this light coming through the window. I'm like, no, this has to be shot right now. This has happened many times in my career where the job is done, where I have gone beyond and above. But then at the very end, I see something a little special and have to get that moment. And this is my favorite shot from the day. The job was over, and bam, the light comes through the window. And I'm like, okay, there's nothing more beautiful than this, in capturing that moment. So I want you to be aware of light all the time. In your mind, you might say, okay, I finished my shoot, and then life happens. Get those moments. Don't stop because you've said, okay, it's over. Wait and get the better shots. This happened again many times. So I'm doing this shoot. This is actually my very first shoot of Queen Latifah. I've shot her for a long time, a zillion times, as a matter of fact. But this was my first time shooting her. We're having a great day. I'm playing music. She's dancing. And I had my assistant open the blinds, and this light pattern comes in. This is in New York, and this is in like a warehouse type studio in New York City with these big windows. And I love the light coming through as it came onto my paper on the set. And this is the last image of the day. And we were shooting a cover and a story. So we had all these images done, and it's now just gravy. And then I'm like, you know what? It'd be beautiful to get a shot by the window. My client says, no, we've got enough. We got enough done. We had the cover. We had the story. I think we're good. But I'm the photographer. You are in charge as photographer. So I'm like, no, we have to get this one more shot. So I take her by that window and get this image. Now, we had nailed the cover. We had nailed the inside images. We had everything we came to get for the day. The day was over, but the sun at the end of the day is always so beautiful. And I took her by the window and just had her looking out the window and got this shot. And guess what the client used for the cover of the magazine? This image. Nobody sees what you see as a photographer. So don't be afraid to go above and beyond. When you see an amazing image, go on and make that shot happen. Because you're the visual. You're the person who has the idea. It's your image. No matter who you're working for, it's you and your vision. So bring that vision to life. One more time. I'm shooting a job, and this is actually light coming through the window. You can see how his eyes go a little dark there. And we're getting an image. This is a guy, so I like having more intense light on a guy. This is Christian Slater. And again, I'm like, okay, this is cool. We're shooting in a location, but I'm like, let's do something a little different. Get up there also and just sit on the window ledge. And here he is looking over towards Central Park, and we get this shot of Christian Slater just looking at this gigantic, beautiful, big window. And I love this shot. And guess what? The client ended up using this shot in the story as well. Now, this is just 3 examples of this happening, and it's happened over and over in my career, and it will happen to you over and over again as well, as long as you are being aware of light in every situation. So, awareness of light is a big deal. Don't just think about, taking the picture. Think about the light and how you make it happen. Remember this shot? The day was over. We had finished shoot, and then we're breaking down, and I see this light come through the window, and I'm like, okay, wait, I've got to get her here. And thank God the makeup hadn't come off yet, and I was able to get this shot because I absolutely love this image. It's my favorite image of the day, as a matter of fact. So think about those. Don't make that mistake of not being aware of light. It makes a huge difference when you are. Now, speaking of which, I want to talk about a course where I teach people to be aware of light and so much more. Because through my career, I found out it is essential for us to learn light, but also to be aware of lighting. So when it comes to lighting, I spent a lot of time trying to teach people about light, being aware of light, being aware of shadows. So I have a course, and that course is called Photography Lighting Course. This course is a step-by-step course where I teach you all about lighting, how to see lighting, and so much more. There's an online component. There's 7 training modules inside the course. You can take that 24/7, anywhere in the world, any time of day or night. As long as you are online, you can have access to this course once you are a member. But the course is 2 components because photography is changing every single day. So for that reason, I have a live component as well. And with the live component, you get me for 1 hour every single week live, where I take your questions, go through your images, go through and talk about what's happening now in photography at this point in time. And I give you assignments so you can show me exactly what you're doing. This course is for those who want to take their photography to that next level. The live session's a lot of fun. The course that has online as well is great for you. You have lessons and you get training, but then you got to show me what you are doing. And that's why the live component is so important for this course. I love students getting results. Having you have an idea of where you want to be. Maybe you've just started, maybe you've been doing it for a long time, but this course is here to make you better no matter where you are in your photography. That's what it's all about. But enough about me. This is what my students are saying about the course.
So, initially I thought this would be just straight up lighting, 101 on how to do lighting, and it's so much more. It's about how to really be a photographer, how to see light, not just execute it like many other people teach you how to set up the lights and
That's
do
true.
that.
This course
This is a
is a
much
more
more profound
fundamental
and
course where you're learning about
fundamental
lighting.
class.
You're getting a chance to go out there and take a lesson and then show me exactly what you're doing. We can critique it online, help you get to that next level. That's why there are people from all over the world in this course who are trying to take their photography to that next level. And they're getting there by not just seeing, by doing. It's one thing to see something online. It's another thing to get that lesson and try it for yourself and then show it and watch how you grow as a photographer. Now, there are 2 ways to join. You get 2 options to join. You can break it down in 12 monthly payments, or a one-time payment, totally up to you. The course is here to help you grow. So I want to make it convenient for you. That's why you get option one and you get option two to join this course and learn all about it. Either way, you get all the goods, all the 24/7 access, all the modules, bonuses, private Facebook group, download content, and also you get this as a weekly training course as well. That's live. And you have it for life once you are a member of this course as well. Now, there is a guarantee. I know this course works, but I want you to see that it works as well. So you get 30 days to come in, kick the tires, and make sure it's right for you. If you're really ready for this course is here for you. So it's how you learn how to take amazing pictures, learn lighting, improve your skill wherever you are in photography. And that's why I made the course. That's why I'm here, even right now, to take your questions and see where you are in photography. We talked about a lot today. We start off with a fashion show, showing you the insides of a student fashion show and how you need to be aware of light. Then we went to a lesson talking about lighting and how I've been aware of lighting as a photographer. But what about you? If you have any questions right now, feel free to put it in, ask a question. We love getting your questions live. So don't be afraid to come in and ask a question. We are here for you today. Now, some people may ask me in regard to my course, Matthew, is your live session at the same time every single week? It is not. It's not because every single week we have people coming from all over the world. So I want to make it convenient for everybody to be a part of it. So I change it one time where it's on the East Coast time in the morning, one time it's where it's the evening on the East Coast. That way, wherever you are in the world, whatever time zone, you get a chance to come in live. And if you miss it, they are recorded for you to see in the private Facebook group. You have all those courses available to you that way. So come on in, be a part of the PLC family. Another question I get from people is about gear. Matthew, what gear do I need to be a part of your course? And I like it when you come in knowing very little, actually. It doesn't matter where you are in photography. Maybe you have a lot of gear that you had over the last, 30 years. Maybe you started a month ago or a week ago. It doesn't matter how much gear you have. Everybody begins this course by putting everything you have away and starting with just the basics and building up from there. That's how you learn, and forget about all you've known before. I want to break it down and start fresh so you can get rid of all those old ideas you may have about light or photography and push you to think differently than you've thought in the past. That's why I'm here, and that's why I share this course with so many people around the world. If you want to take this course and be a part, just use that QR code right now. Hit that code right now. Sign to be a part of PLC. You got two ways to join. But also, if you have questions about anything you've seen today from the lesson or anything else, feel free to ask away. I'm going to be here every single week, sharing a little tidbit about photography and sharing a story of my life as a photographer in Tokyo, Japan. I love this industry. It's been really, really good to me, and it can be good to you as well. If it's your hobby right now and you want to become your full-time gig, you can be there as well. Come on and join the PLC family and find out why it's so special and how you can be a better photographer just by learning how to have control over your light. All right, everyone. I'm so glad to be here today and share a little bit with you on how you can be a better photographer. Remember, it's super important for you to be aware of light all the time. Whether you're shooting outside with natural light, or you're in a studio, or you're in a location, or you're in a club, or wherever you are, a wedding, always be aware of where your light's coming from and be aware of the shadows as well. I find out that most people don't look for shadows. They look for the light, but they may not look at the shadows. So look for those telltale signs. Earlier today, when I was showing you the fashion show, The shadows were coming straight down, showing you that light was right above, which gave you a lot of detail in the fashion. That was on purpose. Find about light by paying attention to shadows, the light, and the direction, and watch how that makes you become a better photographer. All right, that's it for this week. I'll be back here again this time next week. You can watch me live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter or Twitch. Find your favorite channel and just follow me there. There, we're streaming every single week with tidbit and goods to help you become a better photographer. All right, everyone. I'm Matthew Jordan Smith. I'm saying goodbye for now. Always dream big. See you soon.